Now we're going to take a look at a variation of a mounted armbar. I haven't really named this yet, but I use it a lot in conjunction with the Pedron choke, which is one of my higher percentage chokes. So if I was going to give this a name, I'd probably give it the Pedron armbar, although I never saw him do that personally, all right? This is a very tight, very high percentage technique, and I get a lot of mileage up out of it, even against people that know what's going on. It does start from the mounted position with your lapel. So let's take a look at that. So here I am at mount, and Fred's staying nice and tight. He's doing a good job of protecting the insides of his collars, and maybe he's strong. It's early in the match, and he's doing a good job protecting his arms. You know, I really like armbarring this left arm over here, or his right, and he's got it blocked. So from here, you know, I like to block, and I'll make a fanfare of pulling that lapel right out. Take your time, all right? So from here, I'm going to start to feed it behind the neck. If his hands are crossed when I start to feed it, he's not going to be able to block it. If his hand gets between your neck and the lapel, that's fine, because again, we're not going to choke him, we're going to armbar him. If he brings that hand up to defend that, just roll that wrist around the inside. That's a really easy transition, and get control of that lapel. If you are a person that likes to crush people, just lay down, belly flop on them, feed that lapel behind the back of the head. Now, you're going to have to rep this out a little bit. Everybody's kimono is different, the cut in the back. I like to control way down by the bottom of the lapel. There'll be some people with really long lapels you want to control up, all right? So I come in here, I get control, his arm's still in. That's fine, keep that arm in there. Aha, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean back, and you can see that it's pulling up on his head. That's fine. I'm going to straighten a leg. Don't get concerned if he starts reaching underneath this leg or any of that. None of that matters. This hand is going to go between his legs, and I'm going to shift my body out, almost like that lazy arm bar. I'm going to put my thigh on his stomach. So you can watch how I'm letting my body scoop and catching that arm. That's important. This is what makes it really viable and good, even when they start to defend, okay? I am going to keep sliding in, and I'm going to keep that arm tight, and I'm going to arch with my body. You can see that's lifting his body off the floor. From here, my hand's going to cut straight underneath the wrist, but you can see there's no way he can pull that arm in, because it's one nice solid wall right here with my thigh on the back of his tricep, and this elbow is caught on the inside of my hip, okay? When I come in here, even if he decides he wants to start to defend, there's no way he can pull that arm in. You see it tensing. It isn't going anywhere. Control, lay my head on the knee, and don't lift this leg up, okay? Shear that leg across the back right here. Now from here, remember, we're going to push with our pelvis. We're not going to arch with our back. Arching with our back will compromise our base. We're pushing with the pelvis, we'll just get your arm bar. Again. Up top, if you're one of those belly flop guys, that's fine. Boom, feed it behind the head. Use this hand to push up, nice and tight. Hand between the legs. Watch how I shift my body and slide it forward. Oh man, he brought that hand up to frame on his head. Oh no, okay? Here, look at how that automatically took care of that. Up and out, control, don't step over, shear over top. Here, I'm pulling back on his head, and I'm pushing with my pelvis. Control, belly flop. Hand underneath the head, hand on the floor. Pushing up, straightening that leg. Remember, it doesn't matter if he reaches under the leg or if he keeps it out. Either way. Hand between the legs, look at how I use that to turn my body. You can see my bottom comes out. From here, remember, I'm going to bring that out, nice and tight. Now the hand lets go right at that wrist. Don't try to pull on the wrist yet, just catch it as close to the hand as possible, out by the wrist. Here I shear over, nice and tight, and pushing with the pelvis. If, during this transition, he knocks you over, you've still got the armbar, guys, all right? I just prefer to try to finish on top. If it doesn't work out, we finish on bottom. Yep. So, belly flop, catch that lapel, pushing off the floor, leaning back, hand between the legs. Look how I turn my body. Up, that thigh comes to the back of the wrist, back of the tricep, hand at the wrist, shear, nice and tight, pushing with my pelvis. I get that lapel. If you want a belly flop, that's fine. A lot of times I'll sit up here and bring that hand around. Boom. I don't even belly flop, okay? Pushing off the floor. Look at how I'm pulling up. Thread that hand, turn my body. Look at how my head's nice and tight. Thigh to the outside of that tricep. Catch that arm. Shear over top, pulling back with that calf. Pinch with the knees, push with the pelvis. If you don't finish on top, finish on bottom. Super high percentage. There is a lot of power in feeding that lapel between the back and arching. There is a relationship between how far you want to arch and how much lapel you have, so rep it out and try it.